Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Switch Island Express episode 17 with me, Ben, and a whole gang of islanders. We are recording live from EGX. It's Sunday the 20th of October 2019 and we're all leaving EGX at the moment, which is obviously an emotional thing in itself, but we've all had a bloody lovely time. So what we're going to do is, before I get out of breath from walking, I'm going to pass the mic around the rest of the group just to get a feel of, their experience at EGX and also the favourite games that they've played since we've been here over the last couple of days. So first of all, Rich is looking at me longingly and in quite a sexual fashion, and I'm going to pass it to him. Rich, tell us about your favourite game you've played so far at EGX.
My favourite game would definitely be Ring Fit Adventure. It was a pleasant surprise. I was a bit lukewarm on it when that really terrifying trailer came out, those creepy hosts. But I really enjoyed it. Really good exercises, actually fun to play. Didn't obviously get to do the adventure portion of it because that was off limits, but no, I just really, really like it. Again, I was toying with whether it would end up on my Xmas wish list or not, but I might actually get it sooner. I might just trade an Astral Chain, which is the right thing to do if you own Astral Chain. And even if you're like 60% complete, just trade it in. It's actually a bit crap. And get Ring Fit Adventure. Really, really fun. So I can't recommend it enough. As for EGX itself, I'm exhausted, but it was really fun. Met and chatted to really, really good people. Really, really fun time. I'm glad it's back in London because Birmingham was just killing me. But yeah, good.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's nice to meet up with you again for the second time. And me and you are meeting up again on Thursday of this week. So people will start to talk, Richard. But yeah, Ring Fit Adventure for me, now suddenly it's one that I feel like I need to buy as well. Yeah. Exactly the same as you. Wasn't that interested in it, but now it's like, having played it, you can imagine it's got that Wii Fit thing about it where it's just making exercise actually tolerable and enjoyable.
Yeah, I really like the fact there's actually quite a bit of depth as well. When I spoke to the rep on the Nintendo stand, he said about how it tracks your progress. So over the weeks and months and, well, maybe years, unlikely, but you never know. But yeah, no, really good. And I do need to get in shape as well. I'm not going to lie. So probably be the only way I will actually put some effort in.
That was the thing that jumped out for me. Anyone that caught our live stream of it, I was just awkward as fuck. It really did highlight how stiff and out of shape I've allowed myself to get. So stiff? That was the wrong word. Never say the word stiff on this podcast. It was a very exciting game. All right, Rich. Well, what I'm going to do is try and catch up with one of these other lads and get some thoughts, maybe from Pete. Do you want to have a little chinwag? Let me take your suitcase for you, sir. Tell us about your favourite game that you've played this weekend.
So this weekend, possibly the favourite game I played was Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. Unlike a lot of them, it works really well in the platform of being like demoed, and I was really interested to see like the two different modes of it. So on the one hand, the 3D mode where we did like the surfing and so on, and that was really good, and really pretty at times as well with the water effects on that. And then the switch to 16-bit mode, which is just as cute as anything. I mean, you played it as well, didn't you? What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it as well. I was, again, as I was just saying to Rich about Ring Fit Adventure, didn't really have any interest in it. And now having played, 10-15 minutes of Mario and Sonic, a few different events, each and every one of them was enjoyable. So now suddenly we've got Ring Fit Adventure and Mario and Sonic added to the wish list. So yeah, this weekend is going to break us.
No, I completely agree. I was a hard pass on Mario and Sonic. I just didn't think it would be for me. But the kind of offline multiplayer element of it, and just how fun the whole experience was on the different game modes, has completely flipped me over to it. So no, that's definitely one I'm picking up now. I went back to it twice just to see if it was just a flash in the pan, like, oh, this is fun, but I'll get bored. It definitely isn't. There's like high scores and things like that. And even in the 2D mode, the 16-bit mode, the games had more depth to them than I thought they would. I think They're just like button combos or different little tricks to it which get you better. So I can see a bit of replayability as you start trying to beat your scores and stuff. But no, I really enjoyed that one in particular.
That's a good point. I think you guys mentioned last night that you had a similar reaction to playing Super Mario Party last year, and then obviously that didn't turn out to be that great. And there is an element of, are we just excited by this game because we're here doing local multiplayer, and you just get caught up in the moment, and then when you get it home, actually, it's a bit underwhelming. But the fact that you've gone back to it and still almost got more from the experience, that's bodes quite well, I think, for the outcome of the game. It's coming out in November, isn't it? So get saving those pennies. All right, Pete. I am going to see if I can grab someone else. I feel like a roving reporter.
You're doing
Just going to eye up someone. Dan, do you want to come and tell us about your favourite moments of EGX, and also favourite game that you've played so far?
Well. I think I need to get that out while we're both still in the flesh. Favourite game of EGX? Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Annoyingly, as I tend to do on these kind of...
All right, that was Dan, guys. Anyway, let's go and see... come on, carry on.
Back it back to me, fuck's sake. It's just a really, really fun go. Hello, camera. Really, really fun game. I was a bit nervous to play it originally, and I think Andrew suggested last night that we go and join the queue immediately because we had the early passes for today. So we kind of ran straight to the Final Fantasy VII Remake queue, got in there, we were playing it within an hour. It's really slick, really fluid. Game looks absolutely stunning, while still having the same beats as the original. So for me, what more do you need in the game?
Exactly. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to play it, and you know what a massive Final Fantasy VII fan I am, so gutted about that. That's probably my biggest disappointment of the weekend. But is there, having played it now, is there any chance in hell, what I'm going to ask, is it possible? Can it be done? Is it going to happen?
Well, it depends. Are we going off the realistic scale, or are we going off the Mike scale of whether things are going to come to Switch or
I
not?
think we're going off the fact that we've all had a little go at The Witcher 3 this weekend. So, based on that, can Final Fantasy VII come to Switch?
Fuck no. Absolutely. Definitely not. No, it's a great looking game, but that thing is never going to go anywhere near the Switch. It's too good looking. The speed of the movement on it, that really should be a PS5 game. I think it's going to be, it'll be one of the games that's given an overlay pack the minute that ray tracing comes out and you get PS5, all the fans, woo! However, in terms of Switch, definitely not.
Yeah, and just final thoughts on the weekend overall. Been good fun, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've had a great time, and I think the one thing that we've been saying is to meet up, have all the guys here, break the ice. We've had some nice food together, a couple of coffees. We've met some bellends like Lewis, but he's not here. Oh, he is still here. Sorry, mate.
Let's get him. We got a translator? No. Okay. All right. Lewis.
Yes.
Dr. Fact,
Me?
do you want to tell us about your favourite game that you've played so far at EGX?
So made a beeline this morning for Hollow Knight Silksong. I've been waiting quite a while to play it, so got a bit excited beforehand. I was third in the queue, and I have to say, you won't be able to play this like you could play the original Hollow Knight. It's a different combat style for one thing, but it really flows well. You can, whereas in the first game you could sort of just do simple attacks. This one's more you can jump, attack from a height, it propels you back up again, and then you can continue attacking. So the flow of it is amazing. The controls are so tight. I got to play one. There's two levels to play. It was Deep Docks, I think it was called, which I think is quite early on in the game. But just I wish I could go back and play it now.
Yeah. Nice.
I have no idea when it's going to be released. It is everything. I think I've said it before. Whatever year it's released, it'll be Game of the Year. It's just for those who have liked Hollow Knight or Metroidvanias in general, I think, or more specifically Hollow Knight, you will definitely love it. So excellent. It really was excellent.
And did you get a? Yeah, I got a sense that it does feel a little bit different to Control. It looks similar, but it kind of looked a little bit more polished, I thought. Is that fair to say, do you think?
Perhaps, yeah. I think.
Colourful, maybe more colourful. I don't know.
I think they've obviously taken on from what they had done with Hollow Knight and have just adapted it. I know that there is going to be some areas that were meant to be in the original Hollow Knight in this one, so I think they've just taken what they've got and seen what they can do to improve it. The game itself seems faster, so not that Hollow Knight was slow. They would never say that about Hollow Knight.
But a faster character.
Yeah, so Hornet is just a faster character. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I can't wait for it to come out.
Cool. But we've got no indication when it's actually coming out yet, have we? No.
None.
All right. Well, what we'll do now is we're going to see if we can grab Andrew to get his thoughts on his favourite game. Thank you, Lewis.
Quite all right.
Thank you. Andrew, how the dickens are you?
I'm good, thank you, Ben. How are you?
I'm good. I'm tired.
Me too. Very tired. Very tired.
So what we've been doing is going around the group, asking what their favourite game that we've played at EGX has been. How about you? What's it been for you?
I very much enjoyed Luigi's Mansion 3. I was very bad at it, but it was very good. It was just better than I was expecting it to be. The graphics were amazing. Like, as soon as we saw it, the graphics were stunning. And then, yeah, the gameplay was pretty cool. Luigi is a very good addition.
Yeah, it looked it. I didn't play it that much because I was going around and filming you guys playing it. Did you play it on the docked version or on the Switch Lite?
I played it on the docked version, and I think it was Dan who was next to me playing it with the Switch Lite. The Switch Lite looks very good. But yeah, on the docked version, it's excellent. And yeah, the mechanics where you have Luigi and you can send him off to do different things that Luigi can't, that was quite cool. But yeah, it took me a while to get the controls down because there's a lot of controls to remember, like shooting arrows and the vacuum suction and then the blowing and all that kind of stuff.
You have to get the blowing under control first and foremost, I always find.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to answer that one.
Sorry. Yes. Okay. Cool. No. Any other little nuggets that you picked out that looked good that maybe you didn't get as much time with? Anything that caught your eye?
Me and Rich had a look at Blasphemous, which obviously is already out, but that looked really good. And my brain is gone because I'm struggling to remember things. There was a lot of cool stuff, and there's some cool little developers. Was it Locomotion? Was that one of them?
Yes, that was the one that I played that looked a little bit like Captain Toad.
Yeah.
Very similar, but with the train. The other one for me was Val Faris. That's already out on the Switch, and I think it's actually might be on sale. I think Rich was saying at the moment,
yeah,
maybe 10% or 20% off or something.
Yeah,
but that's like a heavy metal influenced, like Contra, not clone. That's not fair, but Contra style game. I really enjoyed that, so I think that's probably my pick of the bunch. Was an indie game that's already out. All these exciting first-party games that we could get our hands on. No one's mentioned bloody Pokemon yet either.
Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon was disappointing.
Okay, hot take on Pokemon then.
At least the demo was disappointing, to be honest. So yeah,
It was a strange one, wasn't it? Because there was no. We didn't get to play in the what was it called, the wild area or whatever they're called.
No, we didn't. But yeah, I think the game will be good. But yeah, I think that. The demo was disappointing, and the person who stood next to me while doing the demo was overly excited and kind of played it for me.
Yeah, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? But yeah, for someone that's never played a Pokemon game before, I actually didn't think it was that shit. So that's my hot take. All right, we've got one more person we want to get some thoughts on. Special guest, all the way from Nintendo Dads and the Nintendo Village. It's Catflap Barry.
Yeah, hi. I've washed up on the salty shores of the Switch Island, right?
How you doing, man? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. We're all knackered and just looking forward to our beds, I think. Luckily, I haven't got that long a journey, but you guys will all be on the train and maybe have a few beers on the way.
No, I'll be passed out asleep.
Excellent. Yeah. That is rock and roll, people. Gary, how about you? What's been your highlight, games-wise, other than meeting us, obviously? Games-wise, what's been your highlight of the weekend?
So... Not the videos of like Cyberpunk that were being shown, right? Because the wait for 2-3 hours for a video is crazy. But in terms of Switch games, I heard you mention it just, the Locomotion. Like, I really like it. It's like diorama, Captain Toad sort of thing, but you're playing as a train. All you're trying to do is get from point A to B, right? But there's the like switching of tracks and puzzles like teleporters and like magnets and stuff, and they really throw some stuff in there that keep it interesting. really beautiful looking little puzzler. Like, definitely recommend checking that out when it releases. And on top of that, I think the other one for me is a game I've been looking forward to for a very long time. I think it's been 2 years since the first time I played it, which is Fogs, which is a game about a double-ended dog, kind of cat doggy for you guys who were born before 2000. And yeah, it's basically like a co-op game where you're playing, one person's playing each end of the dog, and you have to do like things like if the one grabs onto a light bulb, the light will shine through the dog, and the other head will be a torch which you have to light up the ground with. And it's got some really interesting mechanics, and it's all in like a dream-like world, so there's some crazy stuff happening which you wouldn't expect. Just beautiful looking game, again performing really good on the Switch, which is a thing that we've seen more and more, right? Games are running better, they're looking crisper, and especially that whitewashing thing that was happening towards the start of the Switch seems to be going. Like, games are getting really colourful, so that's definitely one to check out.
Brilliant. No, good little indie pick there as well. Okay, the big question I go, when are we going to get you on Desert Island cartridges?
Never.
You heard it here first, folks. Catflap Barry there. What a wanker. No, no, cheers, Gary. Yeah, that's been all. Switch Island Express episode 17. We will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.